And look, like, I know I'm not the only one who remembers this. And
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the Collective again. If you watch it on your TV or whatever the case is, I appreciate you as well. I hope you having a smooth 7. I appreciate everybody who shot me some love, man, for my birthday. And it was love. It was love for real. I appreciate it. I ain't got that many birthday wishes in shit ever. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you again. But I wanted to give a shout out to my guy, Omar Young. Omar from West Oakland. He said he want a shout out. You say you right in the same backyard. You lived out here in Sac, bro. I appreciate it. Let me know what areas you be in. One day we're going to run right into each other. And you and your sons. Because I seen that you said your sons watch too. So it's love, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to you again. Shout out to Oakland, the town. You already know what it is. But I ain't going to hold you. Might be a trigger warning or two. Y'all know what time we on. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Final distance above the ground, and it looked like 8 meters total in distance from top to bottom. The top looked like a mushroom, like a big jellyfish. It was very, very, very bright white and vibrating and flashing, like pulsing. There was like 3 flashing panels, like equal distance going down it. I have seen some the last couple of days through a sensor. So I'd seen them before, so it wasn't like shocking, but it was, kind of taking back to be like, oh wow, really am seeing one, with my actual visual eyes, right here, right above me at 4,000 feet. It looked like a jumper under canopy at 4,000 feet, which is the same distance when they pull. So that part is crazy. Then I knew, like, I'm not seeing stuff. There it is. It's the same thing that I've been seeing on sensor. And all the characteristics, were consistent with what a Class 7 should look like.
The Class 7 is a jellyfish. It's not the jellyfish you've seen on TV. It's a different jellyfish. We think the head of the jellyfish is about 2 meters in size. We think the tentacles hanging down are about 3 to 5 meters in size, varying and depending on which one you're looking at. You can see these stills are taken from different jellyfish. You can see this jellyfish, the tentacles look very, very long. On this one, they look shorter compared to the head. As you can see, the nodules on the tentacles light up. And again, this light appears to us to go from head to tail and pulse and light up the nodules as it goes. Also, sometimes it looks like an automaton or something with like an alien movie where it's got like the tail kind of hanging out, like it's seeking something. And sometimes it looks like it's a jellyfish in the sky. It seems to undulate as it moves. We have seen these take direct flight paths. Even yesterday, for the first time, we had 2 in formation. We've never seen that before. We chased down one of those 2 and it deviated its flight path as we approximated, and then it elevated directly straight up, as in directly vertical. So the Class 7 is very hard to image, and at distance it looks very similar to the Class 6 and also the Class 8 at distance. So what you're going to see is it's kind of, I'll call it swimming in through the sky. There aren't a lot of exotic colors. There is reflectivity. But that color you see right there is very akin to the Class 6 when it's not emitting high energy or whatever it's doing. So when it's not vibrating. So we don't know what that means. And you can kind of start to see now the tentacles hanging down as it moves. In IR, they're very obvious. They're less obvious in EO. So there's not man-made, and that it is flying through our airspace and does want to avoid us.
At the end of day 2, our psionic team made a bold prediction. That the next day...
Y'all believe that's alien life form? Or do y'all think that the government created that? This for entertainment purposes. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. For me, I don't know. You can't put shit past them though. That's the thing. You gotta question it. But y'all spam with y'all thoughts and opinions. Y'all let me know if that's a reach. I don't know. You can't put it past me. You can't say it's this or this. You gotta be like, man, this shit could be for entertainment purposes. Can't say the real word. But this might be glue team. If you don't know what glue team is, bro, the comments gonna let you know, or you go to TikTok and just type in glue team. You're gonna see exactly what the hell that shit is.
I spent my whole life believing that Vicks would help a cold. 7-Up is what you drink when you're sick. Always dry your hair before you go out in public or you'll get sick. And that tequila cures everything. Except, apparently, tequila does not cure worms. The amount of worms that have come out of me. I feel disgusting. I'm 35 years old. And I'm really grossed out. Anyways, tomorrow I'm gonna tell y'all how I deworm myself. And hopefully this is day 2 of worms expelling. Hopefully tomorrow it's over with. Because your girl feels gross. But anyways, look for the video tomorrow on how, what, and why I'm deworming. Let's just know tequila does not help.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who remembers this. So do y'all remember back in 2022, I believe, Anne Heche passed away in a car accident, right? Well, in the footage that they had released, I don't know if this footage was just leaked or what, but it was so creepy because she was being carried out of the car wreckage. She got up out of the gurney and started moving. Do y'all remember this? Like she was being carried out on the stretcher.
Just see if maybe they're just moving them out of there, or if they put them in an ambulance. That's some sort of sign. But yes, so
and then they're like moving her to the ambulance. And look, like I know I'm not the only one who remembers this. And then basically she was trying to like get out of the body bag on the stretcher after the crash, and then later on she was pronounced unalive. Like, what was that? What was that movement? Like, am I tripping? Because I know I saw something move, and I know I saw someone get up and like get up out of the bag. Like, I know I'm not tripping, y'all. So y'all remember this, and y'all remember like all this happening. I know they said that she had a high alcohol value when she was driving, and she had crashed into a home, and I think her body like moved out of the car. But y'all, I know I'm not tripping when I saw someone moving.
We all saw that. We went over that clip. Like I say, the channel hadn't been up maybe like not even a year. It was probably like a couple months. Y'all let me know if y'all remember that clip. But some of y'all collective was spamming that up. Like, bro, y'all remember that? And y'all was bringing this story, y'all was bringing this video back up in the comments. So y'all know we had to bring it back. For those who didn't see it, we got to bring it back. But I know I saw her move too. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Y'all think y'all saw her move? Because there was so many comments talking about, bro, she was moving, bro.
Megalodon goldfish. That is the breaking news that everybody wants me to talk about, because I've received, no exaggeration, 1,714 DMs as of today talking about, you need to talk about the megalodon goldfish. Oh my god, the megalodon goldfish are taking over the world. I said, wait, what? Can somebody please in the comments put megalodon goldfish and try to get the blue comment so people can follow along? Basically, in the United States, I'm here in Mexico, by the way. I had to figure all this out. There is Great Lakes. Apparently, you guys like huge lakes up north. And people are taking their tiny little guppy goldfishes and they're like, be free, Mr. Water Whiskers. And they drop them off in the Great Lakes. Well, what ends up happening is because there's no natural predation and there's an abundance of food in all the lakes and the rivers connecting to said lakes, there is now millions of these goldfishes and they are growing exponentially. Do you want to know what the craziest megalodonic goldfish that they found? Ready for this? 67 pounds and 4 ounces. Combined, that is bigger than both of my chichis at this point. You're telling me that these tiny little pets that probably was our first pets for most of us are turning literally into Moto likes you. You know, no freaking way that I'm here on TikTok talking about megalodon goldfish because they're just skipping every Darwin theory evolution, don't call it Pokemon, and they're just putting on some muscle, they're putting on weight. Like, who hurt you, bro? Damn, was the breakup that bad? Because you're literally turning from a little tiny guppy of a goldfish to all of a sudden you're getting edits on TikTok like, dun, 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 dun. You know, those types of edits. But yeah, please, the U.S. government is asking, stop dropping off your little pet goldfishes at the Great Lakes. It's getting really bad. They're an invasive species now. What the hell is going on?
We used to have giant animals though, so maybe shit just going back to what it...
Als het goed is, kan ik hem zo gewoon aanklikken. Hi guys, ik heb weer allemaal mooie pakketjes mogen ontvangen. Als allereerst heb ik een pakketje van Pixie, de Skin Treatment. Dit zijn Under Eye Masks. De Pixie Skincare erin. Volgens mij weet ik wat het is. Dit is de Nubin van Tucker Systems. Dit is, ik denk, het beste, nieuwste onder technologie. Het is zeg maar een VR, maar dan super mini klein. Deze pakketjes kunnen even op zich laten wachten, want dit is bizar. Ik heb er een aantal dingetjes over gehoord. Ik weet nog niet hoe het precies werkt. Ik weet alleen dat ik hem op mijn slaap moet plakken. Oké, natuurlijk lukt het er niet met mijn nagels. Je moet hem dus op je slaap plakken. Dit is toch bizar. Gewoon, waar gaat de technologie heen tegenwoordig? En als het goed is, kan ik hem zo gewoon aanklikken. Are you guys ready? Oké, 3, 2, 1. Enter game. Oh my god. Ik weet niet wat er zo net is gebeurd. What the fuck? Ik moet gewoon bijna helemaal huilen hiervan. Wat intens. Ik ben gewoon helemaal aan het trillen. Ik heb nog nooit zoiets meegemaakt. Een VR-bril dit is zoveel echter. Gewoon je voelt wind door je haar heen blazen. Ik vind AI een beetje eng, maar dit is het begin van wat er allemaal nog gaat komen. Dit is bizar. Oh.
Now there was some comments saying that was fake. If we being honest, I went to Google. And there was an actual company, bro. So, if it's fake, that shit looks really real to me. And if it's fake, don't they put shit in movies before they actually give it to the public? Don't they tell us the truth through movies, through shows, through entertainment? And if we choose to accept it, we accepting, y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it go. So who still think that shit fake and who think it's real? Cause that shit, the way her body went in that trance, that looked real to me. That looked real to me. But again, I went to Google, bro, and Google showed me some other shit. But some people still can go ahead and say that was fake and it goes towards Black Mirrors on Netflix. If so, cool. But you still gotta question it. Cause they put it in a movie, 9 times out of 10, give it about 10, 15, maybe even 5 years. That shit gonna be going to the public. And there's gonna be some people who be using this shit. It is what it is though. Y'all let me know if that's a reach.
There was a shipping container that recently showed up on the shore in Jamaica. I have family in Jamaica. And for everybody else who has family in Jamaica or anyone out there vacationing, I do not recommend anyone eat that meat. Nothing is free. So If you've seen the video go viral recently in the last 24 hours and you know someone, please encourage them. Do not eat that meat out of the shipping container. We have had many stories over the last few years related to shipping containers. And for whatever reason, this one not only showed up, but was easy to open. That is a red flag.
I'm going to say a word here that I don't usually say, let alone on TV, and that's because it's the name of the group, so do not hold it against me. But this is the Russian punk band and protest group Riot in New York City this week.
We are members of the Russian protest group. We've been imprisoned in Russia. We've been persecuted. We are in federal wanted list in our country.
We're members of Riot, a Russian protest group. We've been imprisoned in Russia. We've been persecuted. We're on the federal wanted list in our country. Riot are a punk band and a protest group that have been jailed in Russia and beaten up and hounded all over the globe now by Russian President Vladimir Putin. They have been chased out of that country. As such, they remain one of the last remaining visible, uncompromising, and alive elements of the Russian resistance to Putin. Putin, of course, has managed to just kill off so many others who dared to oppose him. But this week, members of that Russian group came to America, to New York City, to scream at us, to literally scream at us in an encouraging way, trying to tell us to act now before what has happened to them in their country happens to us here in ours.
Wake up, America! Wake up, America! Wake up, America! Wake up, America!
Wake up, America. You can see the signs they're holding there, including this one on the left here that says nothing special. One member of the group, Masha Alyokina, explained, I think, what they mean by that nothing special sign.
I don't think that there is something special with Russia or Russian people. A totalitarian state can appear anywhere if people are silent.
I don't think there's something special with Russia or Russian people. A totalitarian state can appear anywhere if people are silent. And so that's why they came here. They're persecuted and they've been imprisoned and they are now hunted by their own country, a dictatorship where it is illegal to use the word war to describe a war, where it is illegal for even one person to hold a protest alone or to hold up a protest sign even if it has no words on it. But here they are in our country trying to sound an alarm to tell us to move fast because your country doesn't come back when you lose it to a dictatorship. You see the big sign they were holding there, the one that said freedom of speech, and this other one, which kind of stuck with me, don't give up. It's kind of an unsettling thing. After everything they have been through, they're trying to encourage us.
We are here now because we see the race of authoritarianism here, and we want to call people, do not be silent, and we want people to remember to not give up, even in the difficult conditions, to have a hope inside, to have belief.
Don't give up, even in the difficult conditions. Have a hope inside, have belief. It's really jarring, right, to hear that from Russian dissidents, that they're the ones encouraging us. This is, like I said, it's unsettling to see it. But I also feel like, you know what? The American people right now understand the assignment. Like, I feel like right now we are so far from giving up.
It seems like the whole world is trying to warn America for some shit.
Trump is not causing a recession. Trump is not crashing the stock market. Trump is not crashing the economy. He's actually resetting it. Trump's tariffs is about to allow us to see one of the greatest wealth transfers ever. And while the wealthy and the elites are panicking, the middle class should be preparing because life is about to become affordable again. Production is about to come back to America again. Manufacturing is about to come back to America again. More jobs is about to come back to America again. I don't know about you, but I'm excited because we will no longer be the country that consumes. We will now be the country that creates.
How y'all feel about what she just said? I feel like in order to be a great creator, you got to be able to remember that you still consume. Only people who really create and only people who really tapped in gonna understand that line right there. You can't be a creator and not consume. You consume something. If you say you consume nothing, then how do you obtain information? How do you remember certain things? How do you know certain things? But I get where she getting at. It's just that last line. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that last clip. Y'all think it's gonna go back to how she's saying? You think it's gonna go worse? You think inflation gonna keep going? How y'all feel it's gonna play out? I'm curious to hear y'all perspective.
Those same people are those who run the world today, and let's name them. The Pessoas, the Rothschilds, the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Kennedys, the Lees, the Onassis, the Reynolds, the Rockefellers, and the Russells. They are all descendants from those who fell from heaven. They are the descendants of the Nephilim. This is why every single freaking time a UFO, giant, alien, demon gets a glimpse of exposure, someone ends up missing or dead, and information is scrubbed from the internet. But I'm not afraid to speak about it like your 501(c)(3) pastor is.
I want to highlight this because this is fact. Whether the Matrix is real or not, irrelevant. Accepting you are where you are, knowing you have no control over it, allows peace to come. No one knows the answers. It's best to let go. Facts! Facts! And don't misconstrue me talking about the topics or making content pertaining to the topic matter about if the Matrix is real or not is always going to be for content purposes and directed to the bots out there that are on the verge of understanding their reality so that they could get to this point. So just never misconstrue my understanding of it. That's why I do what I do. But I had to highlight you and say, yes, you're correct, 1,000%. And I know why you wrote this. It's like whenever I make a sports video, someone's saying, Brian Circus, you know, it's obvious, you know? But I think as consumers of content, you guys, if you are like this, you would understand the intentions of why I make that content, you know? And I can see your intentions on the reason why you say this is to get people to have a better understanding when they're past the awakening part and they're getting to this. So I'm not yelling at you. I just see your intentions. And this, again, is content purposes. Purpose. Peace to God.
Say we look alike and they're really single. It's a lovely Aisha girl. And Mama Bear, you know. All right.
Damn, all in the camera.
The Billy Meier prophecies from 1958.
There was no Photoshop. There were no home computers. If these had been hoaxes, his designs for these craft are quite interesting. These official contacts with extraterrestrials taking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographs and films and everything else that followed, the skeptics would like us to believe that this man with no resources, working as a night watchman and on a partial disability pension with one hand, is not only a master model maker, filmmaker, photographer, digital and special effects person, videographer, metallurgist, electronics genius, sound recording engineer, knowledgeable about topography and map making, geography, ancient history, mining, ores, agriculture, and 30 other disciplines that he's brought to bear in terms of the information in this case. They will credit him with that, but they won't say, hey, the guy's telling the truth, he's the one that's meeting with these people. In 1958, Meier sent to the 25 European countries about 115, 120 specific predictions. The United States of America will be engaged in 2 wars with Iraq. The second war will be conducted under a president who is the son of a former president. The second war will lead to an unbelievable disaster. The end game is this, and this has been said even before we launched the war in Iraq pertaining to U.S. military policies. Unless the United States withdraws from all military bases and from all wars and stops sticking its nose in everybody else's business around the world, there will be a third world war which will eliminate 3/4 of the population of the planet. It will devastate the North American continent. We will be among the hardest hit. All of our major cities will be destroyed. We are in for a bad time. And I said, but now America and Israel are talking about attacking Iran. And he said, well, I'll tell you this. If your country attacks Iran, there's an enormous likelihood that Russia and China, which are becoming closer all the time, will attack your country.
Y'all think it's all a setup? And let's say once they get that third tragic, the third W, we're gonna say that for YouTube and for entertainment purposes, YouTube's guidelines. If the third W was to happen, y'all think that was all a plan to take out the major cities, to make smart cities in those major cities, to continue to reset, to continue to bury history, to push more towards a cashless society? I'm just asking. That would be the perfect reason. Let's stop this third one from happening. Put everybody under one control. One order, one world order. Y'all get where I'm getting at. To stop the control. I'm just asking. Is that too far of a reach? Or am I thinking too much on it? Am I thinking too much on it? Or do y'all agree with me? Let me know. Paris to Cincinnati, man, that's crazy. How does the water even rise that high? Y'all have a storm?
The Ohio River crested at more than 8 feet above flood stage on Monday, the highest level in 28 years. And that pushed floodwaters into parts of downtown Cincinnati, shutting down roads across the city. This person used a kayak to get around, gliding into a flooded parking garage. The floods pushed into some homes and apartment buildings.
I've seen cars underwater.
And although the rain is over, flood warnings remain in effect until Friday.
Yeah, prayers to y'all, man. From the rain, y'all know how that started.
Y'all, what's going on? This Hood News 75. This is some bullshit. We back Ohio River giving y'all a weather update because this shit is getting high as hell. Mind you, these stairs are supposed to be way down here with no water around them at all, for real. Like, it's at the top damn near to the street out here. If you stay in East End or Richmond or wherever you are that is affected by this, prayers. Please hit me up on Facebook or Instagram so we can get the community to help you with whatever you need. This is some bullshit. Stay away from these areas. Stay away from the flooded areas, y'all. This shit is crazy. We the only news reporter that's gonna get in this river and get y'all the real. Be safe out here, for real, y'all. Hood News 75, we out.
Yeah, be safe out there, man.
Yo, we are straight up. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, this is really dangerous. Oh my god.
It's zombies come out of nowhere and it bite me.
Oh my god, right? Oh my god, Ash is getting my eyes.
Yeah, it's bad.
Ow.
Is there a fire near? Man, that shit is crazy to see, y'all.
Oh my. Oh my god, that is so. What the?
Well, looks like Pepsi has joined Coca-Cola. We're going to have real nice skin at the end of these 4 years, and we're going to be skinny. We're probably going to have gardens and chickens in the back and all kind of stuff. Yep.
Donald Trump just said chips will be made here in America. $100 billion investment in chips. For what? Chips. You don't need to chip a robot, even though they're already chipped. Phones need chips. Jobs and workplaces don't need chips. Robots will most likely be taking that over. So who are these chips for? And what it's for? Because what many things need chips? Pretty much everything that we utilize now and have now is already chipped and already controlled. So what are those chips for? Us. And he just made that statement today. Us. Y'all not believing we in the end time. Y'all still not getting it. If they hated me, they will hate you. If they didn't listen to me, they ain't gonna listen to you. No servant is greater than its master. All that is in the Bible. If the world doesn't love you, it's because I chose you out of it. No lies haven't been told. Still don't believe. They say they believe, but they don't believe. And when the time comes, they scared, they lose the faith, and they don't want to believe. Because he never lied. TikTok.
That's why I asked y'all. And I did not see one comment come in and answer this question as direct as I'm asking it. Some people like to say the chips come in your hand. I said it came in your phone already. Because why would they give you the hardest step first? I said they would give you steps leading to that hardest step. So when they give you the hardest step, it's going to be easy to take because it's convenient for you at that point. People already stopped using cash. They already, think about it. It went from gold to coins to cash. We from cash to cards. From cards to tap with a chip on your card. There's chips in our phone. He even just said it. I said that before and people said that ain't true. Okay, damn. We just gonna say that ain't true now. Alright. We got chips on our phone. We got chips on our car. If they trying to put it in our hand, I don't think they just gonna give that to you first. They gave you the chips in your phone and on your card already. You already using it. We already using it. So when they say, okay, we're gonna remove all that, you can't pay with your phone anymore, you can't pay with your card. Just saying, not saying it's gonna be true, but if. Now you gotta get it in your hand. And some people who say no, they wouldn't do it, like I asked, and this is the question. If they told you all your money, all your hard work, all the money you gonna make from going to work is gonna be on this chip that you gotta put in your hand, but you can't use the money until you put the chip in your hand, is you gonna not put it in your hand, or are you gonna put it in your hand? Let's say you need to get paid for expenses. That could be your medical bill. That could be groceries. What if you got kids? What if they need to eat? Is you gonna say no because they taking your money, or what is you doing? What is you doing? That's what I'm asking. So, and nobody ever answered that. Everybody just wanted to disagree. Oh, well, that's not the case because of this. Well, you never answered what would you do if that was the case. Like, we got to ask these questions, bro. The uncomfortable conversations, we got to have them. Because when shit hit the fan, you don't want to be hit with the oh shit factor. Now, I was always told the oh shit factor is when you not prepared and something happened and you say, oh shit. You don't want to be hit with that factor. So, bro, what is we doing? What is you doing? What's the plan? But so many disagree. I think the chip coming. I think the chip already came. I think it already came. But y'all let me know.
Who was once the king of Persia? Xerxes, who was riding with him into battle during the Greco-Persian Wars in 480 BC. Baphomet. Stay on him. Who put the hit out on the Hebrew nation to exterminate the line of Shem in 480 BC? Haman. Who saved the Hebrew nation from being wiped clean? Esther. Who was the grand royal visor to the Sultan in the movie Aladdin? Jafar. Back to Haman. Who was Haman? He was the Agite, meaning descendant of the Amalekites, who served as the grand royal visor to Xerxes. Who was known to be the god of transformation? Baphomet. What could Jafar do? Turn himself into a genie, an old beggar on the street corner, and a giant serpent. Even though I made the story up that Aladdin was Solomon's bastard son, this fake story lines up with his hatred towards Aladdin because Jafar knew precisely who Aladdin was, to the point that Jafar got locked up by the bastard son of a man who had the power to trap genies. Back to Xerxes. Can the adversary shapeshift, whisper, and guide politicians, political figures, and deceive the very elect? Absolutely. Is there a possibility that a demon was riding along with Xerxes, Darius, and Nebuchadnezzar? Shut your mouth. I done already told you that there was a prince who was actively intercepting the answered prayer in the battle between he and Michael.
He, in 1981, and then again a couple of years later, further elaborated on the coming of an object that he and the Playaran people referred to as the red meteor that our scientists would then call asteroid Apophis. This is an object coming from the depths of outer space that is on a collision course with Earth, either on 2029. If it misses, it comes back 2036 and hits. The Playaran people are not allowed to mess with this, if we may use that word. But they specifically state in this information, your scientists worldwide need to come together to deflect, not blow up, but deflect this object. Because if you try to blow it up, it's going to rain down on your planet. That's not a good idea. What's the best way to do it? The detonation of an atomic charge from a missile within a certain vicinity that your scientists can figure out enough of a shock wave to go, because that little is going to go in terms of the actual distance by which it'll miss your world. The Playaran has said if this strikes on either of those dates, it will strike between the North Sea and the Black Sea. It will rip, the surface of the Earth open there. There will be, of course, tidal waves and floods and what have you, and gases that'll be released, the atmospheric consequences. The nuclear power plants that are on various fault lines and seashores, and the cause and effect of this whole thing would be massive.
Is that a reach? I'm just not hearing about this one.
The song was so big, and then they told me I had to like kind of sacrifice something. They said you're gonna have to pay it back because you just put this information out there. This is gonna put people in the wrong mindset of what we're trying to do in society. So they told me that if I don't do these list of things, then they are going to hurt my family or hurt, you know, people that I really care about. And they told me to go to this office. It was on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. And then when I went in, I asked them over the phone, what are they gonna have me do? They said they couldn't tell me. And then when I went into the office, they sat me down and it was like an all white room, and they opened one of the doors and it had a Gucci suit, a Gucci bodysuit. And I said, oh no, please don't tell me that is what I think it is. They said, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is, pal. And I said, no, please no, not the Gucci suit. They said, it's the Gucci suit. This is the only way that you can repay for what you've done. And I said, not the Gucci suit, please. And they said, it's the Gucci suit.
Y'all think Hopsin was just playing? And where Hopsin been, bro? Where Hopsin been, bro? Hey, the whole Funk Volume, as y'all know, I was a fan. I had to go get Dizzy Wright on the song. Shout out to Dizzy Wright again, man. Legend. I was a fan of Funk Volume. I was. Hopsin, Dizzy, Dimrick, bro, you had Jaron Benton. Bro, they was hard. They was hard. They was hard, but what happened to Hopsin? Where he at? I ain't seen him in forever. He was one of those rappers, to me, better than some of the rappers nowadays, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions, man. Spam it up.
Wouldn't it be crazy if China has been buying up farmland all throughout America, specifically beside military bases? I guess it would also be crazy if this 4chan post from November of last year actually lays out exactly what Trump's doing with the stock market right now. That's weird. Anyways, here's the map. So you can see they own like half of Utah. So these are Chinese-owned farmland across America. But I want to point out some things to you. You can see here they own a lot of Hawaii land. And, you know, you can see here they own a lot of North Carolina land as well. Southern Texas, Florida. And look at California. Now, is that not the exact line? Is that not the Palisades Fire? Are we using the weather modification weapons to target Chinese farmland? Or are they using it and now they're targeting all the military bases in the USA? Let me know.
How do they even buy up our land anyway?
These people, these are ICE hanging out in front of my client's house. So we're going to see what's up. Oh, it's too early for this, y'all. What's going on? Who do y'all represent? Who do y'all represent? Who are you? I'm the family lawyer here.
Okay, guess my identification.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, who do you represent?
HSI, Homeland Security Investigations.
All right, what's going on?
We need to talk to her, make sure she's doing okay.
Who? That's not her.
I work for her.
Yeah.
We're looking for Amy.
For what?
We're doing a welfare check on her to make sure she's doing okay. That's
what's the basis?
Listen, I can tell you.
Okay.
You're recording this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Immigration court case has been closed by the judge. We're just waiting on what are we waiting on?
Just for the priority date.
Priority date for her green
so
card.
she can request her green card.
Perfect. We still need to talk to her.
Okay, I can set up an appointment at my office. We can do that.
Perfectly fine. You got a card?
Nah, but I can give you my name and number. Come on, man. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. She's around somewhere, I'm assuming.
Again, you need to talk to the sponsor and the...
Okay, so now you need to talk to the sponsor too. You say you need to talk to her. Now, who you need to talk to so I can set you up.
Well,
because I'm trying to prevent you all from coming back into this neighborhood. You understand? And she's doing fine. I don't know what. Again, I know what you're here for. I don't know if this is the first time this has ever happened. So this must be a new policy.
Any other questions?
Nah, you. Nope. All right. Yeah, you too.
First of all, he talking about we looking for her. He said, you not looking for her. This is so-and-so. You looking for... Bro, you don't even know who you looking for. How can we trust that you gonna do what you supposed to do when you don't even know who you looking for, bro? You just got a name. You ain't got a face. You ain't got nothing else. your information off. First it's this, then it's that. Which one is it, bro? When you doing that type of line of work, come correct. Come correct. Because what if they'd have made a mistake and grabbed that girl up? Because you don't even know who you looking for. You might know the name, but you don't know the face. I can't stand shit like that, bro. I can't stand shit like that. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling, man. Don't make no sense.
This woman named Maria emailed me. She's like, I have a glitch in the Matrix story time. It bothers me so much. I've thought about it for years, and I have tried to poke holes in it. I am a skeptic, and I cannot figure out what happened. She's like, I don't believe in any woo-woo stuff, but there's witnesses, and we cannot figure this out. So in 2007, she, her two brothers, her sister, and her sister-in-law were all driving from northern Georgia to Florida where their favorite uncle lived. He unfortunately had passed away. It was very sudden, and this trip was not planned, but they all had to drive there, and they decided to take Maria's SUV because she had the biggest car. It's a Sunday. They go to the funeral. They go to their aunt's for lunch afterward, and then they're all supposed to leave by 2 p.m. because they all work on Monday. But being that they were all around family and having a pretty good time and seeing people that they hadn't seen in a while, they decided to stay a little bit longer, but it was a 10+ hour drive. Maria's like, I'll drive first, and they agreed that they'll take shifts driving home. So around 5 p.m. they pack up the car and they leave. They're on their way back and they're actually having a pretty good time in the car. They don't see each other or get together very often, and they're just like laughing, crying. It's unfortunate circumstances, but they're making the best of it. Maria drives for 5 hours, so it's dark out. She's having an amazing time bonding with her siblings, but she has to pee, like really, really bad. Everybody's like, oh, we have to pee too. So she's like, okay, I'll just get off at the next exit and we'll find a gas station. Her brother says when they get there, he's going to take over driving. The plan was to get there, use the bathroom, fuel up, and get some snacks. She gets off at the next exit. There's no signs like for a gas station or anything, but she's like bouncing in her seat. Like she really, really has to pee. This should have been a first red flag because she said she was driving down this 2-lane highway forever and there's no streetlights, nothing. There's no other cars. Finally, in the distance, she sees the lights of a gas station, so she pulls in. Pulls up to the pump, jumps out of the car, runs into the bathroom, doesn't pay attention to anything around her. She said all she could focus on was making it to the bathroom before she peed herself. She does her business, whatever, comes out of the bathroom. All of her siblings are standing outside the bathroom door and they all have these strange looks on her faces, but she doesn't say anything and they don't say anything, but her sister rushes past her and slams the door behind her. From her description, it sounds like just a single toilet bathroom, no stalls or anything. After her sister rushes in, that's when she finally gets a chance to look around, but something was just off. There was a single fluorescent light hanging from the ceiling and it was a yellow haze. Every few seconds it flickered, so she looks at her brother to say like, this is creepy, and she realizes he's just staring at the man behind the counter. The man's just standing there. He's not moving. He's not talking. He's not even blinking, and they don't even see his chest moving. Like he's not breathing. But then again, they're kind of far away, so she just chalks it up to like, I can't see him breathe from here. He was just staring at them, and he had this long, white, scraggly beard, balding hair. He was wearing a grimy pair of overalls with a dirty white shirt underneath. He was thin, his face was wrinkled, and his eyes looked sunken and hollow and almost black. The vibe was just eerie. Nobody saying anything, and the longer she stood there, the more uncomfortable she felt. Her sister's like taking forever in the bathroom, so she just decides to walk through the aisles looking for snacks. She said honestly at this point she didn't even care about snacks. She was just looking for something to do, but she just wanted to get out of there. She said we weren't supposed to be there, I just know it. And as she's looking at these snacks on the shelves, she realizes all the labels are dated, old, vintage, covered in dust. She said all the drink coolers were off and the glass was so filthy and grimy she didn't even dare touch anything in there. She said the feeling of dread became unbearable and she could see it on her siblings' faces as well. Meanwhile, the man is still just staring at them, not moving, not blinking. After what felt like an eternity, her sister finally comes out of the bathroom. She grabs her hand and all 5 of them bolt out of the gas station. Nobody bought anything. Nobody even exchanged a word. They all just knew that they had to get out of there. As they're basically running to the car, they realize that there's no sounds, no nature sounds, no frogs, no crickets, no wind, nothing, just silence. She hops in the driver's seat. She peels out of the gas station. She peels off in the direction where they came from, toward the highway. She says she knows 100% she was going the right way, but keep in mind this was 2007. They weren't using GPS. She said she had a candy bar phone, but Apple Maps weren't a thing yet. She had made the trip from Georgia to Florida and back tons of times, and so she didn't need a map. She knew the route like the back of her hand. They drive for 15 minutes, still no highway, and then they see lights in the distance, another gas station. But as they get closer, they realized it wasn't another gas station. It was the same gas station on the same side of the road as when they approached it. She said she slowed down as they passed it to see the man who was behind the counter, still not moving, but now staring out the window, watching them. She said she floored it. She was going down the road about 100 miles an hour. All of her siblings were freaking out. She's freaking out. But again, the skeptical side of her is like, no, there has to be an explanation. There has to be something rational happening here. She thought that maybe there was a fork in the road that she didn't see and she just took it and looped them around or something like that. So she's paying extra close attention as they're headed now back toward the highway again. She said they never turned. There was never a fork in the road. Another 15 minutes go by and you guessed it, they come up to the gas station again. She said this time it wasn't the same. She was in complete shock. The lights were off, the windows were boarded up, and there were no trespassing signs all over it. But she knew it was the same one because she could see the tire marks from where she she peeled out. She said, I don't know how this is possible. It looked like it had been abandoned for years. She slowed down again, passing it, and she rolled down the windows, and then they could hear nature sounds again. Her brother just yells at her, what are you doing? He just screams, go, go, go. So she peels off again, and within 5 minutes, they were back at the highway. They get back on the highway, and they are all just silent because nobody knows what they just experienced. She said the look of shock was apparent on all of their faces, and they barely said a word for the rest of the drive. She said about a year later, she was visiting her grandmother in Florida again, and she had some time, so she decided she was going to try to find that gas station. She couldn't find it, and she's tried to find it a few times since then. She said she can't even find the exit they took. Apparently, they all still talk about it. She's looking for answers, so if anybody knows anything, or you want to let her know what you think happened, did she really experience time travel or a glitch in the Matrix? She'll be tagged in the caption.
And David, the company tells us they're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the Earth again by 2028. But critics argue that this de-extinction could harm fragile ecosystems. David?
Yeah, the images are really something, Matt. Thank you.
The words that are about to come out of my mouth, I'm not even surprised they're about to come out of my mouth. But it was only a matter of time before dragons entered the conversation. Yeah, you heard me correctly, dragons. Now you're telling me that an alleged dragon skull and skeleton has been dug up in Romania. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen the video that's circling the internet, and it does in fact look like what I would imagine a dragon skull would look like. But I'm not here to tell you to believe in dragons. That's up to you to make your own mind up about that. But this video shows a guy in a hole with a dragon skull. Now, that got me wanting to jump down the rabbit hole, because you guys know I love jumping down a good rabbit hole. And it made me start thinking, the dragon is the only animal that's allegedly mythological on the zodiac chart, yet all the other animals do exist. How do we explain that? Also, the Bible even refers to dragons. So how do we explain that? And Chinese history says that they use dragon bones for medicine. How do we prove that? How do we explain that? So I want to know if you've heard this, if you've seen the video, what are your thoughts and beliefs on dragons? Because I guess now dragons are showing up. But let's have this conversation tonight, because I love all things mythological. And remember, whatever we talk about is for fun, entertainment, conversation, and learning purposes only. So let's have this conversation tonight.
If you're living in the United States, it might be a good idea to go on Globe Talk or World Talk. You'll thank me later.
That's facts. They be hiding. Look, let me tell y'all about TikTok, man. There's some people, Queenology, she's been removed off my friend list. I had to go back and add her. I had to go back and follow her page. They removed it. There's so many creators and so many topics and rabbit holes that TikTok is not allowing me to see. But it just started happening April 1st. I don't know why. That's when I started noticing it. There's so many pages I've had to go back. There's some pages who get shadow banned on TikTok, man, lately. Man, it's almost like they silencing and they trying to stop the networking. That's what it seemed like to me. Y'all let me know if that's a reach.
So don't know what they changed in the Matrix, but all of a sudden I just started getting non-stop videos from January 19th or shortly before or shortly after that. So something in the algorithm for this piece of shit app. Let me know if anybody else is seeing anything else weird like this right now.
I just said that.
Hey, I just learned some shit. And boy, it done changed the game for real. Yeah, it went over a lot of our heads. It went over all our heads. Fuck. Dead. So, you know, everybody going crazy, even McDonald's. Everybody hollering, mustard. Yeah, like the condiment. But, did you know, though, for real, that boy was hollering out, mustard. No D on the end. What do mustard mean? Holy shit.
Listen to me and listen to me very carefully. The home that Emily Pike is in that those other 30 girls went missing from is not a home. It is a... There is no other word for it. It is a...
Guys, you would not believe this. I came to look out my window right before I started to make lunch, and look what I see. There's this little orange box right outside. Let's go check it out.
Steps.
Chat, look at this. Can you believe this? Downtown Chicago, timer 71 hours. What is in here? What is this? All right, y'all, I think we're gonna have to come back in 71 hours to see what is in this thing. See you there.
Damn. Hey, I hate when the words be off. Real fast. Chicago. Y'all city, the way it's structured, the buildings, bro, look super like Tartarian. That look like Tartarian Empire. Like as if they didn't reset the whole city. I ain't never been to Chicago, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but y'all city look dope, bro. Like, that look dope. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. Y'all, the way that city looks so far just from the little clips of that look dope. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. What was that thing doing there? I don't play Call of Duty, but like, what was that doing there?
Well, I went down a rabbit hole yesterday on the Jarrell, Texas F5 tornado that occurred on May the 27th, 1997, and it fucked me up. So now I'm going to share it with you because as a weather nerd, had no idea. I don't know how I didn't know about this. I feel like my weather nerd card has been revoked, active immediately, but now I'm getting it back and I'm going to share it with you. But trigger warning, if you are squeamish, this is not for you. You have been warned at this point. But what me up about this tornado is the fact that it degloved or skinned the victims. So animals and people were not only skinned from this tornado, but their bones and organs were also pulverized. So when they were doing body recovery on these people, for some of these people, they were literally looking for fingers and wrists and feet and stuff. That is how insane this is. So we're going to talk about the events of that day, what happened, and how insane it all is, because this tornado was an anomaly and a force of nature. So let's get into it. So one thing that you need to know about that day in the area between Waco and Austin, so Jarrell's kind of right in between, there were no tornado watches. None for that day. The forecast said strong to severe isolated thunderstorms. That was it. Nothing to write home about. If you live in Tornado Alley or you live in the South, that's just like, it's another spring day, whatever. But in the afternoon, early afternoon that day, there was a supercell that formed over Waco, Texas. And that supercell started moving southwest. This is interesting because most weather patterns move east or like northeast. This one was moving southwest, and on its way down spouted some like weak tornadoes that dissipated. But once it got outside of the like the outskirts of Jarrell, Texas, it spouted an F5 tornado. But that's not the most interesting part. Because if you thought that an F5 tornado vortex was bad, just wait, there's more. There were satellite vortices that formed around the F5 vortex. So it essentially looked like somebody was walking in the clouds towards Jarrell, Texas. Somebody caught this in a photo. It is a very famous photo. It's called Dead Man Walking. Google it. It is chilling. But it looked like this tornado or cluster of vortices was walking towards Jarrell, Texas. And the damage that it did, we're going to talk about it. And I know that I only used 2 fingers, but there were 3 vortices. Just heads up if you're like trying to fact check me. I only can do so much, okay? Very soon after that photo was taken, those vortices formed into one giant wedge tornado that covered about 3/4 of a mile. And what's even weirder about this tornado is that it was moving very slowly. Typically, tornadoes move pretty quickly, and this one was moving less than 10 miles an hour. And if you thought that it was just only one vortex at this point, you are sorely mistaken. There were multiple vortices within that 3/4 of a mile wedge that were still operating chaotically inside of it. When this F5 tornado with multiple vortices inside of it approached this one particular block of Jarrell, Texas, it completely obliterated it and wiped it off of the map. The devastation was like an atomic bomb had gone off. And it only took 3 minutes for that tornado to obliterate that block. 3 minutes. 27 people lost their lives that day. The only people who survived were those who were in storm shelters or were lucky. There were 2 people who survived who were above ground. Everybody sheltered in place, just like the National Weather Service has told us to do. Go to that interior room in your house, grab pillows, blankets, helmet, all gather together, shelter in place. Everybody except for 2 people who was above ground died. And everybody who was underground survived. 38 homes were destroyed. And there was extreme ground scouring. Some places it was 18 inches deep into the earth. Vehicles were thrown hundreds of yards and were literally like torn apart into like unrecognizable scraps or looked like they imploded. Livestock and animals were also killed, and don't Google those images. But some victims' bodies were never fully recovered because, like I said, the tornado's force literally pulverized them, almost as if it was a blender. Even some of the foundations of those homes were torn up and pulverized. The devastation that this tornado caused, off the charts. And debris from the Jarrell tornado was found over 100 miles away. Like, what? This was not just a tornado. This was an absolute annihilation. In this tornado, the winds reached over 260 to 318 miles an hour. I can't even fathom that level of force. And here's the good news. The people who were unalived during this tornado, they didn't know what was happening to them. No idea that tornadoes could do this. And I can't just sit with this information by myself. So when I hear something awful, I have to share it with everybody I know. Anyway, next time you don't want to listen to a tornado warning, think again. Okay? They can be that bad. It's happened before, it could happen again. I just realized that I forgot a big piece of information why this was also an anomaly. Most tornadoes in our hemisphere spin counterclockwise, and this one spun clockwise. 99.9999999% repeating tornadoes in our hemisphere counterclockwise. But also just thanks for, again, sticking around this long. And when there's a tornado warning in your area, don't chance it. Take it seriously, because what the fuck, you guys? I had no idea that this could happen, and I'm a weather nerd. Okay? Take it seriously. Thank you for sticking around.
Learn history so history don't repeat itself again. Who said they wouldn't bring that shit back?
What we wanted to show them.
Sit her down on the flipping couch. Okay, move it. If I hear one more word, get out. No recording.
Message to America. A couple days ago, I was able to look up this search term on TikTok, and it would be filled with a bunch of people from different countries sharing their perspective on what's happening in the US from their country. But now if you search Message to America in the search bar, it shows you this. No results found. There is no place on TikTok for content that encourages. This includes content that promotes or supports.
I went to search for the word protest, and that same damn thing popped up. I told y'all, bro, TikTok been tripping, at least for people in the US. TikTok be, man, they not showing the really shit like they used to. That's why I said this shit damn near like Instagram now. It's watered down, bro. I don't know about other countries what y'all TikTok look like, but our algorithm, bro, that shit don't want to show you nothing. At least for me, I can't find shit on there now.
Is cheese healthy to eat? No, thank you. Is milk are humans meant to consume cow milk? No, thank you. Are humans only meant to drink milk from their own mother when they're a baby? Yes, thank you. Is cow's milk intended for the same purpose for the baby cows, for calves? Yes, thank you. Is corn a real food? No, thank you. Are eggs healthy to eat? Are chicken eggs healthy to eat? No, thank you. Are there any eggs that are healthy to eat? Are duck eggs healthy to eat? No, thank you. Are the eggs of any bird healthy to eat? Yes. Gonna have to figure that one out. Thank you. Is tofu healthy to eat? No, thank you. Is bison healthy to eat? Yes, thank you. Is deer healthy to eat? Yes, thank you. Is wild-caught fish healthy to eat? Are some wild-caught fish healthy to eat? Yes, thank you. So not all wild-caught fish is healthy to eat, correct? Is wild-caught salmon healthy to eat? No. Is any salmon healthy to eat? No, thank you. Is halal meat healthy to eat? Yes, thank you. Is there a diet that is superior above all the rest? Yes, thank you. Is it the alkaline diet? Yes, thank you. Does the alkaline diet heal diseases? Yes, thank you. Is the vegan diet also healthy? Yes, thank you. Is the fruitarian diet healthy? No, thank you. Should we eat according to our blood type? No, thank you. Is it still healthy to eat according to your blood type? Yes, thank you. Should we eat according to our natal chart? No, thank you. Is it still healthy to do that? Yes, thank you. Is tilapia healthy? No. Is cod healthy? No. Is meat and produce from farmers market healthy? Yes, thank you. Is meat or produce from a local farm healthy? Yes, thank you. Are kosher foods healthy? Yes, thank you. Should you only eat kosher foods if you're part of that religion? No, thank you. Is the alkaline diet the only diet that heals diseases? No, thank you.
I don't know if anyone can see what I'm seeing, but why the army trucks getting deployed?
All right, this is it. They got the helicopters out. They pulled up to my house. I'm done for. I won't be on here for a long time. They got more. I fucked up.
What the hell he do?
Hello everyone. This is not something I normally do, but this is a alarm for anyone who lives in the United States. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but it's a real uncut. I have no makeup, so this is sincere and serious. In this time and hour with our current administration, the Trumpets, everyone, I don't care what color you are, white, yellow, black, red, green. If you're a Martian in the United States, you're going to have to get this. Everyone from the age of infantry to 100 plus must have a passport in the United States of America currently today with this administration. This may get cut down, shut down, so pass it on. Use the clip. Interesting. Pass. Pass is the key word. You need a passport. Whatever city, state, town you live in the United States during this current administration. The passports are anywhere from $165. It may be different per state, a little more, a little less. I don't care what you do, everyone in your family must have a passport. I truly work for the United States Postal Service. That might be another reason why this video gets cut down. Flood the post office. Find your post offices in any city, state, or town and get your passport. Find your local library, look it up. Just a FYI, I just got cut off as I'm saying this. Get a passport. Now, I was trying to say, find your passport agencies. Look them up at your local library if you don't have internet. Find someone that you know that already has their passport. Find the place where you can get your passport. As I was trying to share before I got cut off by TikTok, if you know someone who lives in California, and you got relatives and cousins as far as North Carolina, copy this link and tell them they need to get their passport. If you live in Texas, at the bottom, go as far as at the top, Illinois, Michigan. Tell all of your relatives they must have a passport during this time. I know it's kind of late. Some of our friends and cousins have been deported. Everyone needs a passport. If they come to your door knocking, I just heard from an attorney, do not open the door, because if everyone in that household does not have a passport, they may take you all. This is an hour where we all have to stick together. Black and whites. You know who I'm talking about. Everyone in the United States have to stick together. Or either you must move, but make sure when you move, get a passport. Bulletin, bulletin, urgency, message, forward, pass it on. Don't be selfish and don't gatekeep, but you better have a passport.
Y'all heard her. Don't be selfish, don't gatekeep. You got, you give, you learn, you teach. Simple as that. How y'all feel about them last clip right there? Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. Told y'all it's gonna be a little bit of a longer video. I appreciate y'all if y'all stuck all the way through. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger. Those more people who like this type of content, tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I love y'all, Collective. I appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. I hope y'all having a smooth 7. Remember, keep your head up. Shit getting hard. If shit tough, man, it's gonna get better. Trust me. But see it, vision it, and believe it. Till I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.